A crash test is a form of destructive testing usually performed in order to ensure safe design standards in crashworthiness and crash compatibility for various modes of transportation or related systems and components. Frontal impact tests, which is what most people initially think of when asked about a crash test. These are usually impacts upon a solid concrete wall at a specified speed, but can also be vehicle tests. SUVs have been singled out in these tests for a while, due to the high ride height that they often have. Offset tests, in which only part of the front of the car impacts with a barrier vehicle. These are important, as impact forces approximately remain the same as with a frontal impact test, but a smaller fraction of the car is required to absorb all of the force. These tests are often realized by cars turning into oncoming traffic. This type of testing is done by the USA Insurance Institute for Highway Safety IIHS EuroCap, Australasian New Car Assessment Program ANCAP and ACE and NCAP. Small overlap tests. This is where only a small portion of the car's structure strikes an object such as a pole or a tree, or if a car were to clip another. This is the most demanding test as it loads the most force onto the car's structure at any given speed. These are usually conducted at 15 to 20% of the front vehicle structure. Side impact tests. These forms of accidents have a very significant likelihood of fatality, as cars do not have a significant crumple zone to absorb the impact forces before an occupant is injured. Rollover tests, which tests the car's ability, specifically the pillars holding the roof, to support itself in a dynamic impact. More recently, dynamic rollover tests have been proposed as opposed to static crash testing. Roadside hardware crash tests are used to ensure crash barriers and crash cushions will protect vehicle occupants from roadside hazards, and also to ensure that guardrails, signposts, light poles and similar appurtenances do not pose an undue hazard to vehicle occupants. Old versus new. Often an old and big car against a small and new car. These tests are performed to show the advancements in crashworthiness. Computer model. Because of the cost of full-scale crash tests, engineers often run many simulated crash tests